every part of Nigeria today. Yes, you're quite right. Chief Dr. Sunday IGBOHO was also presented through virtual in attending the event. I'll be telling you a little bit more about what he said. I'm sure maybe you've already picked up the communique, because the communique came out yesterday or day before yesterday as well. But the whole point of what was discussed was on two different important areas: the banditry, the kidnapping, and not allowing as many of our loved ones attending farm, because of the insecurity. But you're quite right. Chief Sunday IGBOHO spoke. He spoke for about 8 minutes through a video transmission to the event. But the most important thing that he talked about was how the kings, should give us opportunity, to go into the forest and push out these, terrorists. I mean, I call them terrorists. I know, in Nigeria, they do call them herdsmen. But we believe that these are the reason why we are having food shortage in the Southwest. And I'm sure as you live in Nigeria, and I'm sure there's so many instances and cases where individuals have been kidnapped and ransom have been paid. But you're quite right. What Chief Sunday IGBOHO has been speaking about is just, the insecurity that has affected almost every part of Nigeria, but most importantly in the Southwest as well. So I'll come back again to you in the studio.
All right. Are you with me?
Live and direct, I can hear you.
Okay. Chief Sunday IGBOHO was reported in the news days ago to have said he's back in the country to chase out killer herdsmen from the Southwest zone. You talked about you not calling them that. You say you call them terrorists because they are responsible for the lack of food in the Southwest. I would like to ask you, what step is your principal taking towards achieving these? That is the herdsmen, and how does he intend to garner support from the people of the Southwest to chase out the herdsmen?
Well, if you remember, let's take you back a little bit step about 3 years ago, when Chief came out to insist that many people were unable to go back to farm because of the terrorist attack on the Southwest. What we've seen now is that nothing has literally changed. The former administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, literally, and I'm quoting now from many of those, as an example, the former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, that spoke that what we saw of the former president has taken us 50 years backwards. I'm going to come back to that. What we've now seen is that nothing literally has changed in the Southwest in terms of the insecurity. It has literally added more. So what Chief said is, yes, we're going to chase out the Fulani terrorists. But what mixed people have mixed up, and he has actually said it enough time that he must not be misquoted. What he actually said is those that are creating havoc. We know that we have, not just the Fulani, we have other ethnic groups that are living, within the Southwest. We are not talking about those that will listen and abide by the rules and regulation of the present governors in the state, from Oyo to Lagos State. But we are talking about those that are carrying AK-47, that are pushing people out from their farm. I witnessed that when I came to Nigeria in 2021. I traveled with Chief to most of the remote areas, and if farmers have to come out to start buying gari outside, that is definitely a food insecurity. You do ask, how is Chief going to work out this? Well, part of that is what took place with the security summit that I talked about, and I'll be telling you a little bit more, from what the resolution has come out with. Some of those resolutions is exactly what Chief have been insisting, that the governors must go back into the roundtable and protect, not just, further training to the Amotekun during the administration of the Muhammadu Buhari and Yemi Osinbajo. We saw that the Amotekun were not given all the necessary tools. But like I said, many individuals continue to misquote Chief as someone that is against the Fulani terrorists. He is not against the Fulani terrorists. We are actually protecting the indigenous Yoruba people, and likewise many Nigerians that live within the southwest part of Nigeria today.
Okay. Chief is also issued a clarion call to the traditional rulers in the fight against insecurity, talking specifically, Mr. Koiki, in what areas would Chief be needing the support of the Yoruba traditional rulers in this fight?
Well, first and foremost, once again, appreciation, because this is what exactly we have been saying for some time. We need many of, the local journalists to reach out to us so that you can get the actual fact rather than, getting misinformation, especially, with the no social media where everybody is using different headline and using, Chief Sunday Igboho's, as what he has not actually said. Let's go back to some of what we expect, our governors, to look into, especially after, the communique. I'm just trying to, explain that in details, because what many Nigerians believe is that Chief is against, a particular ethnic group in Nigeria. First and foremost, Chief is not against anyone. He's actually saying that our life has become, unbearable, with the present situation in Nigeria. So let me take you back, to what the communique came out with, and this is exactly part of what Chief Sunday Igboho, my principal, have been saying. This is the press release. Bear with me 1 minute. I think I've got the wrong one. I'm just trying to pull that out.
Take your time. Take your time.
Let's first go back. Yeah, I think I have it now. This is the outcome of the security summit that took place on the 29th of February 2029. Being a communique issued after a day Yoruba security summit that hosted by the Arole Oduduwa, the Oni of Ife, Ojaja II, Enitan Ogunwusi CFR, at the Ife grand result. I will not go into all the details, but the most important thing is, the reason why that summit was put together was due to the recent upsurge in the killings, the maiming, the kidnappings in the southwest in Nigeria. What we also saw were two things were addressed: kidnapping, banditry that was delivered by the former Inspector General of Police, Dr. Solomon Arase, and also the Yoruba legacy of African science, overcoming the twine menace that was delivered by Dr. Chief Ifayemi Elebubon. But what we need to understand is, and this was also a summit that was put together in the support of the present administration, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Federal Republic of Nigeria. What are the resolution? The resolution says that the Yoruba people should take full control of their forest. If you remember that Chief Sunday Igboho went to Kishi some about 3 years ago, and during that period, we saw that the same... Can you hear me?
I'm with you.
The same problem that Chief emphasized as at the time he traveled to Kishi is still the same thing that we're experiencing today. We expect the Amotekun to be much more strengthening, giving recognition, because we notice, and God bless the soul of the former governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu. He was one of those that really funded the Amotekun. And even though I remember precisely, Shehu Gaba, the former spokesperson to the former president Muhammadu Buhari, said that Amotekun will not be allowed to carry AK-47. The question is, we're dealing with criminals that are using enough ammunition, to overrun the military barracks. Yet Amotekun will be carrying, the Shakabula, as is known, which is not enough to protect the innocent lives. But one thing Chief has insisted is he cannot do this alone. We need everyone to come together, and I believe that after this communique, our governors will be funding the the security apparatus. They'll be pushing more, and they'll also be doing everything that is needed. But again, as you all know, Chief is just one out of many Yoruba people that wants peace and security in the land. And likewise, as he continue his fight, which is inalienable right for Yoruba self-determination, but we want the security to be put in place just as we want a total exit from Nigeria.
All right, before I let you go now, what would be your principles and message to the people of the Southwest in the face of this insecurity plaguing the Southwest?
Well, like I always say here in UK, see it, say it, salted. When you see those that are believed to be Mareduas, pretending to be farmers, using their cow to bring problem, Chief has always said you need to tell the security agency as quickly as possible. And one thing is, Chief, like has always been said, he was with me in London, some few days ago, where he traveled back, to his base in Germany. He has said enough, and enough means that, he has not told anyone, and I'm speaking on his behalf, to carry weapon, to kill anyone. He has not asked for the destruction of lives and property. Every one of our outing has never brought bloodshed onto the territory. I was in Nigeria for 6 months in 2021. But the message that Chief will be giving this morning, if you were meant to be speaking to him, which you are doing because I'm speaking on his behalf as a spokesman, is still standing firm to the quest of the Yoruba people to pull out. And this can be done without a war, because separation is not a war. But the most important thing is, if you see something, say it before it becomes a big mess, just as we saw the Bodija attack in Ibadan on the 16th of January, where one of the diaspora that traveled, Kehinde Toluwalashe, buried yesterday, died in that incident. And we continue to pray for peace in Yoruba land and peace for those that want it in Nigeria. But for those of us under the leadership of Professor Banji Akintoye, we're still adamant under our quest to leave Nigeria as we want it today. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. I am Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI, the spokesperson to Chief Sunday IGBOHO. Thanks for joining us on the program this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's see if time will permit us to.
Well, that was a reporter from Nigeria. Emabinu is just a very quick one. Thank you so much. As we continue our engagement every day, we continue to speak to them so that one day people will listen to exactly what we're saying. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, Modupelo Ogugbo Enyowa. I hope you were able to pick on that, even though there was some background noise. As usual, I'm out of my own little things. Yoruba Nation is what we want. I will continue to emphasize this. These are not herdsmen, these are full-blown terrorists, but unfortunately in Nigeria, that is how they have to call them, because that is the rules where the NBC. This is where I'm very, very skeptical. Joba Bola Tinubu, give them the right to say that these are terrorists. There's nothing called herdsmen. These are terrorists that are carrying AK-47, using that to perpetrate crime in the Yoruba territory and killing as many people. We will continue our campaign. Nobody can stop our quest. Chief is not fighting because of himself. He's fighting for the future of the Yoruba people. And until everybody understands that, you will not see peace in Nigeria, because Nigeria was amalgamated by the Britain in 1914. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. This is how far I can go. I have a lot of other things to catch up with. I did a program in the morning. You might want to watch that to kick your week start. Mokibu Gwale and Conceal. Yoruba Nation, no going back, no going back. Shut up now. Bye for now.